Hey, Belle of the Ball puppy families, we have your week 4 litter update video today. And in today's video, we're going to tell you all the news that's happened in the past week. And we have a couple of big things that happened over the past week. And then we have one new thing that we're going to show you right here live on the video. Hi, I'm Claire from Van Isle Labradoodles, and these are the mini Australian Labradoodle puppies from our Belle of the Ball litter. And as you'll see, these puppies continue to grow, and they are nursing like mad. Mama Belle is so amazing. She's just such a relaxed mom. She's in here with her babies all of the time. She really enjoys being with them. And the big news that we have, the biggest announcement from the past week is, as you can see, we've moved. We're no longer in the maternity ward. We're in the nursery now, or as we call it, the doodle den. So we moved the kids out, and the reason why we moved is because now they can all see and hear. They're much more able to control their body temperatures, and they also need to have a whole bunch more room in order to start getting all of these legs and limbs all coordinated and exercised. So if you can see here, they have quite a bit more space now. It's a lot more open. Belle no longer has 4 closed walls around her. She can see out and see everybody, and so can the puppies. Now the puppies' vision is still not really clear yet. It is a little bit blurry, but they are definitely able to distinguish different people, and they're also able to distinguish the difference between us and the dogs. So now we have them out in our doodle den. Our doodle den is part of our home, but it's removed from the actual center of the home. And there's a reason for that. Now you'll sometimes see that breeders decide that they're going to raise their Labradoodle puppies right in their kitchen or their living room or their family room. And we don't do that for a reason. We don't do that because I do not feel it is advantageous to the puppies to be overstimulated all the time. If they're constantly surrounded by noise, action, and people, they begin to get a little bit anxious from that and feel overwhelmed. They're still just tiny babies. They've only just opened their ears. They're only just starting to get used to being able to have this bombardment of sight and sound. So what we want to do is keep them in a place where it's still nice and calm. Mom feels much safer here because she's removed from everyone. She doesn't constantly have people and dogs surrounding her little babies and making her anxious about them. So when we have an anxious mom or a mom who's always feeling she has to protect her babies, that goes right through to the milk, which goes right into the babies, and you can create dogs that are not as able to be calm as adults. And our goal is to have really nice, calm, desensitized puppies who enjoy new experiences and don't feel overwhelmed. So we have them in here, and we have a door that's right near us here, and we actually have 2 doors. We can open up the doors, and that goes right to our kitchen. And of course, as with like everyone else, the kitchen is the center of all the activity in our home. It's always got things going on, and so it's easy for them to be part of the action and part of hearing what's going on in everyday life without being front and center in it. So it gives them a little bit of personal space, and that way when they've had enough and they're needing to rest, we close the door and we give them a nice quiet environment. Sleeping is so critical to a puppy as a newborn and as they get older. Now you see them all right now, they're all nursing away, and you can see that they're all starting to get a little bit flustered. They're moving around and they're not relaxed like they were when we started the video. And that's because the milk bar has run dry. So what we're going to do, and we're going to try it now, is we're going to put down their first pan of solid food. I don't expect anybody's going to actually eat out of it, but we're going to put it there so the puppies can see it and you can watch and see what they do while we continue talking during this week's update. So I'm just going to get Reynolds to pass me the pan. We've already had it prepared, and we don't put it in a dog dish. We'll try to get Mama Belle not to eat it. We put it in what is actually a pasta bowl because the sides are a little lower and a little easier for the puppies to access. So we're just going to introduce them to it by bringing them over, letting them sniff, get an idea, just giving them a little gentle persuasion to show them where there might be something that they like. And what's in here? Well, it's goat's milk, and it's pumpkin, and it's pablum, plain rice pablum. So now why do we use those things? Goat's milk because it's most similar to mama's milk. Pumpkin because it aids in puppies' digestion. There we go, I've shown it to them. Now this is what usually happens. This is how they learn what to do. They walk through it, they get it on themselves, they lick it off of themselves and each other, and that's how they finally figure out that, oh, there's something in there that doesn't taste too bad. Now already this morning when I was feeding Belle, little black collar was trying to get in her dish and eat. So I know he's interested in eating. It's just a matter now of him figuring out how do I lap and how do I get it out of that container. Because puppies don't know how to lap naturally. This is a learned behavior, and they do have to be a certain age before they can even attempt to do that. And plus we want to make sure their digestive systems are developed enough. Whoopsie daisy, we have another splat there. And you can see it's a little bit of a messy procedure. One of the reasons I'm dressed as I am is because I know I'm going to get covered in all sorts of sticky gooey mess. Because the pumpkin's in here with the pablum is also really sticky. Now Belle likes it, and we'll let her have a little bit of it, but the idea is not really for her to be eating it because she still has lots of normal food that we're feeding her. And it's going to take little pink collar now, who did find a little bit of a supply still at the milk bar, and we'll just introduce it to her, see if it's of any interest to her. She may decide that she's not even slightly interested in it. And you can see black collar's kind of going backwards and forwards. It's a little confusing for them. Is that now it's like, well, where's it from? How does this work? Because of course the only thing they've known is the milk bar. So we'll let them do this for the video, and then we'll take the pan up and put it away. And then we have Belle out of the room more frequently now, so that because the puppies are well able to spend time away from her. And when the milk bar is empty, the milk bar is empty. And there's nothing you can do about it. And there's no reason to have the puppies all getting frustrated trying to get something that isn't there. So that's just a little background on why we move the puppies and why we choose not to have them in the center of things all the time. Now that they've been in here for a few days, what we'll start doing next is we will start working on desensitization. Desensitization is the first step of socialization, and really all we're doing there is getting the puppies used to different things and understanding that new experiences, new sounds, new activities are all good things, so that they welcome new experiences and activities as older puppies when they go home with you, and also as adults. Because the last thing you want is a dog who's scared of new things. Oh my goodness, you can hear their dark blue collar's got quite a lot of complaining to do about the fact that he feels he's still hungry and there's nothing to eat. So that's obviously the motivation for them to eat out of the pan, because they will be hungry and they'll figure it out. And Belle will instinctively start as well to be away from the puppies more and to start cutting them off, because at 4 weeks, this is when we do start weaning the puppies. Not we, I mean Belle does. That is nature's beginning of the process, and the reason is because guess what? Teeth are coming. That's the other big development for the puppies this week. They moved and we can feel teeth coming in. Right now it's okay if they don't have if they're chewing on us, because the teeth are not through, so they're not those baby piranha teeth that they get when they're about 6 weeks older. So right now they're all quite manageable to have your finger in there. And we do let the puppies chew on our fingers right now, and there's a reason for that too. Because again, we're desensitizing them. We want them to learn what skin tastes like, feels like, smells like, so that when they're older and are able to start learning what is and isn't appropriate, they'll remember this is skin, and then we can tell them quite clearly that no, skin is not something that you're allowed to bite on. This is something that you only kiss. So they're starting that. And the other thing we're starting with them is we are going to be playing different music for them. So for the first week, we just play music. Music has been shown to be excellent for the development of children and for puppies. And so we play them a whole variety of different types of music. And we'll do it at different volumes. One day it will be very soft. Then later on, we'll turn it up a bit louder. All the time watching them, making sure that the experience is positive and that they're enjoying what's going on. So you can see Belle here. She is in this rimmed crate mat here. And that's because she can fit in there with the puppies quite easily. The sides are soft, so it's easy for the puppies to climb up on because they're not what you would call coordinated yet. But they are also substantial enough to provide a nice little comfort to the puppy so that they feel that they're secure in there. Now, for all of you families on this litter list, you've all purchased our puppy starter kit. And so the bed that is going home as part of your starter kit is made by the same company these rim crate beds are made by. The donut bed is bigger and will be appropriate for your puppy at going home day. Right now, it's just a little bit too high for the puppies to be able to get in. So that's why we use this one for now. And then next week, the next thing we'll do as well is we'll introduce the crate into the area. We'd like to have the crate in here right from a young age so that the puppies begin to get used to it. They'll have the crate, they'll go in there when there's lots of other dogs milling about. That way they feel like they're safe and secure, and bingo, what have you got? You've got a positive association right from a very young age with being in a crate. It makes crate training much easier, and it makes your puppy associate the crate with something good. So that's all the things that they're up to. Now the other thing is, I hope you've enjoyed our little videos on Facebook and TikTok where the puppies have been playing. You can see there is Black Collar playing with his mama. Belle is just so amazing. She's perfectly fine with playing with the puppies. She gets in here, she paws at them, and you'll see she'll let them chew on her beard. And she says, oh, that's okay, you can chew my face. She's very tolerant. So right now, Pink Collar Girl, she's not quite at the same point as the two boys are. Pink Collar is starting to play, and she does like to play, but she isn't as rough and tumble as the boys. The two boys are constantly at it with each other. So the other thing we will do probably on the weekend, maybe not till Monday, is we'll start to put some baby toys in for them. They're not quite at the point where they're going to play with toys yet, but we'll have them in here just to see if they happen to start chewing on them. We have our giant monkey here. This is our babysitter, and if Reynolds could just show you the monkey there. He is always over in the corner, and what he represents is a substitute for Belle when we start to move Belle out for longer periods of time. And I'm sure you'll probably get a couple of pictures with the puppy snuggled up to Mr. Monkey. They'll probably knock him over and try even to nurse off of him. If you go back and look at some of the pictures on our Facebook page, you'll find pictures from our last litter where the puppies were doing that all the time. He's a very comforting guy for them. But mostly right now, this is where we're at, just enjoying being with Mom, although we do get a little mad and start to scream when we don't have quite enough milk. And finally, coats. you can see coats are lifting. See how we look a little bit like we got electrocuted here on dark blue collar and right up here on his ear. And we can see this too on black collar up on the top of his ear. His hair is starting to lift, whereas we see on Pink, there's Pink trying to play with her brothers. We see on Pink's coat, excuse me, Mom, her coat is still a little bit more flat than the boys are. And there she goes. See, there they are chewing away on each other. And oh, come on, let's play. It's very cute to watch them when they do this. So her coat is just going to take a little bit longer to lift. And that's just because she's just doing things at a little bit of a slower pace than the boys are right now. And that could change in a couple of weeks. Maybe she'll be the one who starts doing everything first. But that's the 3 kids for now. And now for their weight updates, I'll just give you those so you have those. And so right now we have black collar boy here. He is weighing in at 1,300 grams or 1.3 kilograms. And dark blue collar, he is 1.53 kilograms. And little petite Miss Pink is 1.08 kilograms. So they're all doing well in their weight gains. And as you'll notice, if you've been watching and monitoring their weight since the beginning, the weight gain has slowed down considerably. And you'll actually see, if here's a good example right now while dark blue's standing up, you can see they've slimmed out a little bit. They've got a little bit more length right now and not quite so much girth this way. Especially you can see that in black collar boy when he stands up. You might be my model for me. No, he says, I'm going to sit down. I'm not going to stand up. There we go. So you can see now that he's sort of a little bit more proportionate. He's not where you have him come and then he explodes like that in his stomach. And you can see in Pink color girl, she is still quite wide through the stomach because again, she's not quite at the same development place as the 2 boys are. So, but they're all doing well. They're all at a great weight. And next week will be our puppy family visit when the puppies are 5 weeks old. I'm so excited to come and have you all come and join us at the house here and meet all of you that I haven't already met from one of our open house dates. And it'll be a great afternoon of just hanging out, playing with the puppies. And of course, Mama Belle will be there too. And we will probably see that they have put on a little bit more weight because they'll be starting to eat their solid food. We'll keep them on the pablum for a few days. We'll keep them until they've got enough teeth in that they can move over to the raw food. So I hope you enjoyed today's update, and if you have a second and you did like it, if you could give us a thumbs up, that's really terrific. And if you had liked it and you can say so in the comments, that's even better. And we do hope you're subscribed to our channel so you know whenever a new video comes out. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see all of our families here at the house a week Saturday.